Welcome back to Tamera's Travel Tips. I'm traveling from New York City to Toronto, Canada, and I wanted to show you guys a trick of how to save up to around 18 United States dollars when you're booking your flights to Toronto. This tip is what I call the tourist tax because it's really only tourists who usually pay these fees. And I'm going to show you how to avoid them, or at least try to avoid them. This also applies to other countries, not just Canada. Alright, so I just put into Google Flights, which is where I personally usually try to find the cheapest flights. Once I use Google Flights, then I sometimes go to other sites to see if I can find the same flight cheaper. But this is where I always start, and honestly, it's usually where I find the cheapest flights, just because Google's algorithm is always growing and it has like an amazing AI component to it. So you can spend a lot of time on all these other sites trying to tell you you can get the best deals, but honestly, Google's free, it's convenient, it's right there. A little side note that if you keep searching the same flights, Google will track your computer ID, and so it actually might raise the flight for you because it knows that you want it, so be careful about that. And there are ways to get around that, and I think I'm going to do a video just on flights, booking your flights the cheapest way, because I flew to around the world to 12, I think it's like 12 flights and around the world, and I did it for $2,000, so I think that's pretty good since it was literally around the world. Anyway, today I want to show you Toronto. So when you're just picking out your date, obviously the prices are going to vary depending on what day you want to go, but this is just an example, and you're going to be looking at what is the cheapest flight, and right now it looks like it's Air Canada, which does tend to have pretty cheap flights, and it's only $155. And then we got WestJet, which $158, and then Porter Airlines, $163. So this video is all about why Canadians love Porter and why you should love Porter Airlines too. Just a little side note, I am not sponsored by Porter Airlines whatsoever, but I have flown with them and I do really love their service, so I just wanted to show you something that I think will be helpful. Alright, so you're probably looking $155 and you're like, cool, that's the cheapest ticket to Toronto, let's book it. Wait, hold up. Before you do, this is going to YYZ Airport, which is the Pearson Airport, and so let's check what I call the tourist tax and see how much they're going to charge you to go from this airport to downtown, which is probably 99% of the time where you're going to go unless you have a friend in Toronto somewhere in the outskirts. In which case they'll probably pick you up from the airport, so this video does not apply to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to the Union Pearson Express, and I click Pearson Airport, and then I'm going to click Union Station. Here we go in downtown. And then I'm assuming you're an adult and you need a round trip ticket, one ticket. Buy now, and click OK. And so now it's going to tell you the price of this ticket to get out of the airport. And this is what I call the tourist tax. They always charge you way more than like a normal one-way ticket on a plane or on a train or a bus. Usually a ticket's like $2, but always from the airport they always love charging you. And here you can see 12 Canadian dollars each way. 24 Canadian dollars round trip. So to put that in the US dollars, I'm going to go to the currency converter. There's a bunch of them, and this does change daily, but it gives you a pretty good idea of about how much US dollars it's going to be. So let's convert the 24 Canadian dollars into US. Sorry, my computer internet's a little slow today, and that is almost $19. It's actually going to be probably around $22 when you factor in exchange rates and those type of fees. But we'll just go with the 19 US dollars because that seems pretty fair. Alright, so going to this, which is $155, you're going to have to add $19 to that $155 price to figure out how much it's actually costing you. So let me go ahead and see what that is. So $155 plus 19, $155 plus $19 for the ticket, bus ticket, is $174. Alright, so if we take the $155 plus the $19 it's going to cost for that train ticket to go to downtown, it's going to be $174. $174! This plane ticket's cheaper, this plane ticket's cheaper. Sometimes even these plane tickets are cheaper than $174. So make sure you're adding in that price. Now you might be thinking, but Tamara, aren't these all going to the same place, so I'm going to have to pay that fee no matter what? No. And this is why one of the reasons why Canadians love Porter. So if you look at this as YYZ, this is YYZ Airport, but this is YTZ Airport, which is the Billy Bob Airport. And Billy Bob Airport is pretty amazing. I'm going to go over here now to Porter Airlines, which has the information. So if you can read on their website, just click on Toronto. And the cool thing about this is it's 2 miles from downtown, so technically you could walk there, but no need, because it's a really cool airport. It lands on an island right off Toronto, so you get a really cool view of Toronto while you're flying in. And then they give you this awesome free ferry ride that runs every 15 minutes. You can also take the harbor, which is a little quicker, but most people pay for a ferry ride to go to that island anyway on the other side where there's Ward's Island. It's a really cool beach. But I'm just saying, it's a cool, great place to take some photos, enjoy the free boat ride. And then not only that, but once they take you on that free ferry ride over to the mainland, they also have a free shuttle. And it literally drops you off right in front of the Union Station in downtown, and it runs every 15 minutes about. And it's absolutely free. Free. Not only that, but in the Porter Lounge, they give you free drinks, free snacks, and free Wi-Fi. Most airports do have free Wi-Fi now, so that's not the biggest deal in the world. But the free drinks and the free snacks are definitely appreciated. Let's go back to flights now. This $163 flight, because it is to the YTZ airport, it does not have any of those fees because it is completely free to get into downtown. And once in downtown, it's literally heart of downtown, so you can just walk to the CN Tower or take a local bus from there. So that's going to save you over $8 just in this example. Because if we take it's going to save you $11, sorry. It's going to save you $11 just in this example because, remember, this flight is going to cost you $174 when you take into account the train ride to the airport. And this flight is $163, so 174 minus 163 is $11. So essentially, whenever you're searching for flights, the best thing to do is just say, is it YYZ or YTZ? And then if it is YZ, just add $20 to the price tag, and that's going to give you a more accurate price to see if it's worth it, which one's actually cheaper. I'm going to go to Google Maps here. Alright, like I was saying, it's right here on this island, Billy Bob Toronto Airport. And right here's all the downtown stuff. And it gives you this cool little ferry. It takes you right across here so you get this cool view of the harbor.
Hey everyone, taking the ferry over to Toronto.
You can see it's like 2 miles, but they give you a free ride into downtown to Union Station. Now, in comparison, let me zoom out on Google Maps a little bit here. Oh wait, let me keep zooming. Why? Because the Toronto Pearson Airport is way over here. It's not really close to downtown, and it takes probably, it took me about, 45 minutes or an hour to get to downtown. So, I just want to keep that into consideration as well. It's not just the money you're going to be saving, but it's also your time. And if you have a limited amount of time visiting a place, you want to spend as much of that time not in a bus, but actually exploring and having fun. So yeah, just the distance alone, you definitely want to keep that factor in, especially if you're on a time crunch and you're not there that long. So that is my travel tip for today. And why I love Porter Airlines. Again, they don't sponsor me. Hey, I wish they would, but they haven't yet, so yeah.
Thanks so much for watching Tamera's Travel Tips.
If you like this travel tip video, be sure to check out my other ones. I post a new travel tip video every Tuesday. So be sure to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can stay up to date on all my travel adventures. With your support, I'm going to travel to every country in the world. Until next time, all my global paladin friends, be well.